The Owens and Ricketts mountain area south of Jasper near Cowell contains some pretty awesome bluffs, rock formations, and the like. But more importantly, there are pictographs here that were etched into this rock by Native Americans centuries ago. And it's where we begin this week's show. And then we'll take you on a kayaking excursion on Cane Creek Lake near Star City, where giant water lily blooms are quite abundant. And then we'll wrap it all up by exploring the Kings River Falls natural area north of Boston in the Ozark National Forest. But for now, let's explore the Owens and Ricketts mountain area. The rock formations that you'll come upon in the Owens and Ricketts mountain areas are some of the most unique and majestic you'll find anywhere. With the exception of the Pedestal Rocks area, which we featured in an earlier episode. The formation of this area occurred in much the same way as the Pedestal Rocks area. 320 million years ago, give or take a few million, the Ozarks were a plain with a river system. The sandstone rock formations are sediments that were deposited by those ancient streams. The entire river system, in fact, emptied into an ancient sea which covered quite a bit of the state. As if the rock formations weren't awesome enough, the pictographs in the rock will further add to the mystery and wonder of this area. Archaeological technician Mike Walden with the U.S. Forest Service pointed out to us a few of the pictographs.
It appears to be a human figure. You can see in the black, this part's the main body and part of the legs, and looks like the shoulders and arms coming off right here. There's a red object, looks like through the head here, which could be possibly an arrow. It looks like streaks coming down off of that, possibly blood. We don't know for sure if that's what it is, but it's what it appears to be. There's some other red marks here. There's not enough of that object to really tell what it might be. There appears to be possibly some more stick figures here on this part. Possibly something there. It's hard to make out what that might be. And I believe there's some more figures farther on around, so we'll walk on over here and look at them. Up here, there appears to be a long object and has a diamond pattern in it, and possibly a rattlesnake maybe. And a little farther down here we have what appears to be pictures of baskets. There's one of them right here, and there's another one right in here. And a little farther down, we have some more objects. This right here, not sure, but kind of looks like a foot. And then we have a star pattern right here. And was that everything? There's some additional markings down here, but I'm not sure what those are. And I think that's everything that I can see right here. And there's some other stuff on farther down. Couple of more drawings on this end of the shelter, and one of them is right here. just two lines there. I'm not really sure what that is, but, and then there's another one just up above on, higher up here, and here. And I can't make out what it actually is, but that's the last two that I'm aware of that's over here on this end of the shelter.
It's estimated the pictographs are from 1,000 to 10,000 years old. There is a lot that can be learned from this ancient art, which is said to be a direct manifestation of prehistoric thought systems. In other words, it was the language through which ancient civilizations defined and understood their world. By the way, as the various signs here warn, tampering with or in any way disturbing an American heritage site carries a fine of $20,000 and/or imprisonment. So look, but don't dig. Past Owens Mountain, just under a mile, are the Ricketts mountain rock formations. Here you'll discover a vast playground of bluffs, tunnels, caves, and overhangs to explore. Since both of these areas are off the beaten path, for the most part, you'll have them all to yourself, especially on a weekday. To get to Owens Mountain, take County Road 55, which is not marked, east from Cowell, just under 5.5 miles. The bluffs will be on your left up the hill. The Ricketts Mountain formations are just under a mile up the road from Owens, veering left, and they'll be on your left. Explore for yourself the sheer magnitude and beauty of the Owens and Ricketts mountain areas. Cane Creek State Park near Star City offers two natural settings for your enjoyment. Rolling woodlands for hiking or biking, and then there's 1,675-acre Cane Creek Lake for fishing or kayaking, which is what we decided to do with park interpreter Jessica McFadden. And wait until you see what's on this lake. This is the ideal way to explore a delta lake by way of a touring kayak. Just sit back, relax, paddle away at your own leisure, and enjoy what nature has to offer out here, especially the giant water lily blooms that cover about half of Cane Creek Lake. So most of the blooms here, they kind of come out, what, about mid-spring, late spring?
Yes, sir. When it starts to get warm. Right now, they're just at the beginning, so we have a whole bunch of blooms. but they continue throughout the summer. They probably just won't be as thick as they are right now.
How long do they last? What, till July, August? Or?
August, September. So
Yeah.
they'll last. I mean, like I said, they're not quite as pretty, but there aren't as many. But they'll last as long as the hot weather lasts.
Is this their normal size? I mean, they look huge.
Yes, they do grow very large, and this is about the normal size that they go. We have them really thick since they like the shallow water, and this area on the lake is shallow, so they love the soil here. And
Have you spread Miracle Grow on them or something?
No, we don't have to do that. That white against that green is really nice. We have lots of people that come out just to photograph the water lilies.
I'll imagine.
When you're in a kayak, you get up close and personal with them. You can see them really well.
Well, that's what makes this state park so unique. I mean, there's other, I imagine, parks where you can kayak, and of course I know Lake Washita, but you very rarely see something like this.
Yes, you're sure to find a water lily on Cane Creek whenever you come, so it's perfect if you're out here, you know, to photograph them or just see them. There's always a lot to see.
Now, you also, not just during the daytime you offer these excursions, you have one at night, full moon.
Yes, in the full moon each month we do a tour on Saturday nights. We come out just as dusk, you know, just at dusk, so you're comfortable in the kayak before it does get really dark on us, and then the moon comes up, and so it's really easy to see out here.
Really?
So it's a totally different experience. You get to see some different wildlife. We get to see beaver and that sort of thing. So, I mean, it's one of my favorite tours.
I would think it'd be kind of difficult to see where you're going, but I guess with the full moon.
The full moon, it lights up the lake and you can see exactly where you're going because there's somebody to guide you, so you just follow the person in front of you and it's really easy. Because you can see a lot better than you think you would.
Huh. Now, wildlife around here, you got what, blue herons, you've got all sorts of critters.
Yes, all sorts of different, we have on the lake, like I said, you see beaver, we have nutria, you get to see nutria. During the day, you get to see all sorts of woodpeckers out here. Good birding year-round on the lake because we're right off the Mississippi Flyway. And then in the park itself, you see all sorts of deer, armadillo, all sorts of wildlife. So you can experience a lot of different wildlife. And since we are on the delta and then both of the different lands, you get to see a lot of different wildlife.
Of course, we haven't even touched upon the fishing on this lake. Gosh, there's bass, crappie, brim, you name it.
Catfish, yes. They get some big catfish out of the lake. We're just a very popular, because it's a man-made lake, so the trees, as they're falling, they make perfect spots for fish to go in there and hide, and great fishing. We're a very good, popular fishing lake.
We should have brought a fishing pole.
That's right.
Forgot.
Missed out.
Well, I'm enjoying this. This is fantastic. I mean, you bring kids out here. I mean, they probably have a ball out here.
Yes. A lot of the kids love the kayaking.
Kids ask the most darndest things.
They always want to know about alligators on the lake.
I was going to ask you that too.
Yes, they could come over into the lake. No state park employee's seen one on the lake. This isn't exactly their prime habitat, but they could come over on the lake. But they stay mostly to Bayou Bartholomew. Yeah. So we can't say you won't, but it's pretty doubtful you're going to see an alligator on the lake itself.
Yeah, that's the other part about this area is you've got the world's longest bayou, Bayou Bartholomew, which is what, just across the lake?
Just across, yes. Some of the water from the lake actually empties into Bayou Bartholomew, so we're really close to the bayou.
And it goes down all the way to Louisiana.
Yes, it does. It starts close to this area, so it's where it starts.
Well, let's go on here, see what else we can explore.
Sounds good.
You can go exploring with a park guide or just by yourself. Don't worry, you won't get lost.
We have one kayak trail that people can take out, you know, they can rent their own kayaks at the visitor center and they can take out themselves. And we have a brochure at the visitor center that kind of shows them what they're going to see, because we go by beaver lodges on that trail, and it's marked on trees. There's a yellow paint, they've painted yellow on some of the trees, so you just kind of follow that marking and make your way through the trees and the lily pads. It's kind of marked out with, also the lily pads, you just follow the boat lanes, the lanes that are cut out already in the lily pads.
Yeah, those beaver lodges, something else.
They're pretty spectacular. It's amazing what those little beavers will do. They're really interesting to look at. And then if you're quiet enough, sometimes you get to hear them inside the beaver lodges. Even if you can't see them, if you go by, you can sometimes hear them inside, playing a little bit in the water. So it's pretty neat.
So what do you like about the state park and the lake and everything?
There are just lots of things to do. There's, you can hike in the park. We have a 17-mile trail we're working on right now that people will be able to backpack on. You can camp, and then, you know, if you want to go out on the water, you just get a kayak or a canoe or a boat and just go out on the lake. So there's just a lot to do in our park, or you can get a fishing pole and go out to one of our piers. They're all ADA accessible, so anybody can access our piers to go fishing. So there's a lot to do here.
That there is. So go kayak exploring on Cane Creek Lake near Star City. The Kings River in northwest Arkansas was actually the first stream in the state to receive governmental protection when legislation was passed by the General Assembly way back in 1971. It's also one of the many natural areas under the Arkansas Natural Heritage Commission. And joining us is Michael Warner with the Natural Heritage Commission, who's going to do some exploring with us. The Kings River Falls Natural Area is about 4.5 miles north of the Boston community in the Ozark National Forest. The Kings River Falls Trail is a little over 1/2 mile long and parallels the river. There are many scenic spots along the trail, along with a wide assortment of wildflowers and other fascinating plants that border this stream. Bringing a fishing pole along is a good idea, since fishing on the Kings River is always great. Here you can catch anything from perch, rock bass, channel catfish, and smallmouth bass. The Arkansas Natural Heritage Commission began acquiring natural areas in 1973. This area includes the Kings River, with Kings River Falls being the focal point.
Criteria for a natural area is an area that's relatively undisturbed. It still has some of its pre-settlement character in terms of, you know, how it was before European settlers first got to Arkansas. We look to protect really those last remnants of Arkansas's natural landscape.
And what is it about, like particularly this area, that is so interesting and so unique?
Kings River Falls Natural Area is really just a classic, high-quality example of an Ozark mountain stream. Ozarks have a lot of really nice streams. Kings River is one of the best. High water quality, nice natural landscape surrounding it.
I guess also you look at the fact that, I mean, we're looking at all this beautiful scenery, and it's, even though people have been coming here, but it's basically, it's the way it's been for what, hundreds of years.
That's right, you know, people first settled here back around the Civil War. The area had a little bit of timber cutting, but basically it's still pretty much in a really natural, high quality state.
And wasn't there a grist mill here?
Right back in turn of the century, there was a grist mill that was really used quite a bit. There's still an old grindstone further downstream and evidence of anchor holes where the grist mill used to be located.
I guess back in the 1800s, I mean, this is the way life was, down by the old mill stream, and people just settled this land around here, and especially during the Homestead Act.
Sure, yeah, a lot of this area was settled, and a lot of the first settlers, their ancestors are still here to this day.
We noticed coming in here that rock wall, the stone wall over there, the remnants of, I guess, an old farmstead, homestead.
Right, the house that was built near this area was built back in the 1880s. Of course, they built walls to demarcate their property, an old barn, and so on.
It's worthwhile to come here, I guess, not, as we've seen here, not just for the scenery, but for fishing, for swimming, anything you want to make of it.
Yeah, this is a pretty popular destination in the spring and summer. The hole below the falls is pretty good for swimming. Down below the river, the falls are pretty good fishing opportunities.
I guess you've been coming back here a couple, 3 times throughout the years.
I usually come here like once a year or so, and it's just a really nice place to visit. Easy access, nice short trail down to the falls. Easy to bring your family.
The pool below the falls serves as an excellent swimming hole. The rock walls and bluff shelters above the falls provide quite a scenic overlook. Arkansas's natural areas are more than just a last refuge for certain habitats or rare species. What these areas ultimately provide are blueprints for understanding how ecosystems in the state originally functioned. Such information will be especially vital as the natural state continues to address important environmental issues into the future. So explore for yourself the Kings River Falls natural area north of the Boston community and the Ozark National Forest, and maybe even catch you some fish while you're at it. Or take a kayaking trip on Cane Creek Lake at Cane Creek State Park near Star City, especially when the water lilies are blooming from late spring to early summer. And don't forget about all those unique rock formations, tunnels, caves, and pictographs at the Owens and Ricketts mountain area south of Jasper off Highway 7 near Cowell. And for more info on these and other destinations, or to order a copy of a program, visit our website, aetn.org/Exploring Arkansas. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.